Hello there, and welcome to the inaugural Muchacho Mob Direct. I'm Schmitty Werbenjagerman Jensen, and I'll be your guide for this presentation. misterHEEMA has authorized me to let you all know about the different means of content that he plans on releasing in the coming months, and maybe even years. It's that much content, I promise you. According to him and colleagues around him, this channel has been dry, ashy if you will, so consider this presentation the lotion it desperately needs. Wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. Throughout this presentation, you'll see the many different ideas of projects that he plans on working on in the near future, so feel free to leave any feedback, whether it's good or bad or in the middle, whether you want to see it, whether you don't want to see it. You can't be harder than him than he is on himself, so go nuts. Also, take these announcements with a grain of salt, because if you know anything about the creative mind, there's a good chance that some of these just may not happen. Why am I even saying that? That's not a good, why even make this video then? So with that in mind, please take a look at this first wave of content, including a series you may know very well. Or not, according to the views. I'm a snap now. Okay, so this is definitely the best place to start because I know people have been waiting for updates on these for a while, so let's just nip this in the bud right now. The table reads that are coming up are not scrapped, alright? I have been working on them, and while I'm not finished with any of them yet, I can confirm that over the summer I'm really going to be locking in on making sure I get those done and out and moving on to other things, because I do want to get a lot more recordings done. I don't have a definitive release date for any of these yet, just because I want to see how long it'll take to actually get them done first. I'm about maybe 45 to 50% finished with the Boondocks one, because I keep going back and forth with how I want it to look and how I expect it to be, so just keep your head on swivel for that one. And the Steven Universe one, I already have an idea of how that'll go, so hopefully that one will take less time to actually finish up. I'm maybe 5-10% finished with that, but once I get done with that, we're full speed ahead. And full disclosure, some of the footage from the DreamCon table read I don't have in its entirety, so figuring stuff out with how I can get stuff done with that, what I can maneuver around and everything to get going, I'll figure it out once I get to it. As far as all of the other table reads, of course, they're available to watch on YouTube in their entirety, but if you want to see them completely uncensored and unedited, you can actually check the Patreon, our brand new Patreon, which we'll talk about later in this direct, to see unedited footage from these table read recordings. Never before seen raw footage of us maybe messing up a line, stuttering, arguing in between, that good stuff. So if you want to see any of that uncut madness, head to the Patreon. You can also see the edited versions of those table reads there too. But of course, make sure you watch it on YouTube too. Get those numbers up, like it, please. Yeah, okay, sick. Next section. So this section is probably going to be a lot more structured because I actually have a long list of stuff that I plan on doing for video essays. Of course, if you don't know, the whole reason that I started doing video essays was because I pivoted from the Boondocks table read when I was editing that, and I haven't looked back. I really love doing them so much. I've always wanted to do them. I'm glad that they're going well. So what do we have in the tuck for the next wave of video essays? Well, first off, we have the Big Pick 2000, when Cartoon Network let you pick their next show. Essentially what that video is going to be is me reviewing each pilot from when Cartoon Network held a viewers poll program in 2000, when people got to vote on which 7-minute pilot they enjoyed the most, and whichever one won that was greenlit to its own series. I'm kind of just going to be reviewing them and analyzing what worked, what may not have worked, if I would have liked it if I was a kid, all the good stuff. There's a whole summer's worth of pilots and I can't wait to review them all. I honestly have had the script done for a while, but I haven't had the time to record it and get stuff done with that, so we're going to get to that sooner than later. Odds are, if it's not already recorded by now, I'm probably just watching them back again because it's been so long since I've had the script done that I probably want to make sure that my opinions are still the same on all of these pilots, so we'll see with that. And if this video ends up doing well, they actually did a big pick the next year as well, so it'd be cool to do the same for when they reran the poll the next year with all the other pilots that came during that summer and just seeing, what worked and what didn't. Another video essay idea that I kind of have in the tuck is what this show was versus what it became. That one's kind of just going to be me reviewing how different shows were in their pilot or their first season and analyzing how over the seasons it kind of developed into a different structure, a different format, a different whatever. For better or for worse. Whether it be through characterization, the dynamics, the writing, anything in between, you know what I mean? I want to do these for videos like American Dad. I've actually been watching a disgusting amount of American Dad lately. The Boondocks, SpongeBob, anything else, you know, Family Guy, The Simpsons would be a good one to do just because like there's been so much time in between them all. I feel like that would be fun, just kind of seeing like how stuff has developed over the years and looking into why that might be the case too. And another one that I've had in tuck for a while, but I kind of like strayed from it, I do want to revisit it at some point, is called Everybody Hates a Retrospective. Essentially what that is just a review and a retrospective of Everybody Hates Chris. I'll be looking at every character, their dynamics one by one. I have in my notes here a specific example that I have is Drew and Chris's relationship, kind of being a give and take type of a relationship between them, and I want to expand on that in the video. Of course, I'll be looking at different memorable episodes from its original run and kind of touching on the cartoon because like it's actually really good. I enjoy it a lot. So yeah, we'll talk about that. This one I'm not looking to immediately get into, but at some point down the line I do want to get into it. Which DuckTales is better? I'll be looking at a string of episodes from 1987 and some from 2017. Kind of just reviewing those, looking at what holds up, what might not. Obviously the 2017 show is like narrative based on like the full season rather than like syndicated one-off monster of the day type of episodes. So because they both seek to like kind of accomplish different things and they're made for like different audiences, I kind of want to see how like those hold up pretty much. So looking at that I think could be pretty cool. When comedies took it to court. Ooh, this one should be a fun video. Hopefully nobody like does this before I get the chance. I'll be reviewing episodes of sitcoms and shows that involve lawsuits or court cases. Bonus points if they have actual TV judges, because I know there's some that have guys like Judge Mills Lane or freaking Judge Mathis. Love that dude. You know, episodes of shows like Fresh Prince, The Steve Harvey Show, Everybody Hates Chris is a really funny one, Wayne's Bros, Family Guy, you know, the whole nine. Straying from TV shows and like comedies and animated shows and whatnot, I actually have a video called Hemacopia, what chromacopia means to me. In that I'll just kind of be talking about what I got from the meaning of Tyler the Creator's album and like the songs of it and just how I felt about it personally. I've had a lot of thoughts on like this album. I have a whole string of notes that I've made for this like almost a year ago, back when the album first dropped. I think there's a lot of really cool themes of like maturity and being true to yourself, and I kind of want to like actually get out what that album meant to me, because it might be in my top 5 and I'm not even kidding. It's definitely not 5. This one I kind of had in the tuck relatively recently, but I still think it would be a fun video to do at some point soon. It's Was Out of Jimmy's Head Really the Worst Cartoon Network Show? Again, I'll be reviewing and analyzing if that 2007 live action Cartoon Network series deserved to be touted as the worst show ever on the network, because there's been so many negative reactions and like it's just been ignored throughout all of like the press and the network and the reputation. It's like nowhere to be found. It's damn near lost media, and I think it'd be fun to really sit down and really like analyze if it's as bad as people have been saying it is, because there's no way, right? Right. Who's the better friend? Mordecai Rigby. I did an episode of Untitled misterHEEMA Project, my radio show, about that. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But it'll just be me kind of just looking at regular show episodes and examples and seeing the way that Mordecai and Rigby act towards each other and to the people around them, and kind of just seeing what that says about them. Because, you know, there's a lot of examples for both people to show that they're not too great of a friend to people around them. So I'm kind of just going to be talking about my personal opinion based on that. Ooh, this one should be interesting. The unknown Disney Channel shows. I'm going to be looking at the different pilots and original ideas for shows that would have been developed for Disney Channel during the mid to late 2000s, gathering everything I can find about the shows, reviewing them, you know, your Arwins, your Kiki and Jamals, the original idea for the Jonas Show, when they tried to give Lizzie McGuire a spin-off, that Sweet Life show that they tried to pitch after On Deck that Dylan Nicole Sprouts ended up leaving the company for. Just the whole nine. I think it'd be fun. And the last one here on my list I think is going to get a really interesting reaction depending on if people actually watch it or not. It's defending Lilo and Stitch. You heard me. Ever since the movie dropped, I've been seeing nothing but like negative videos bashing it, talking a whole bunch of smack about it and everything like that. And I get it. I definitely do. But I think I want to try to do a video highlighting and focusing and just putting a spotlight on all the stuff that the movie got right, because there is a lot of heart in my opinion, and I just want to really shine a light on the opinion of people who say, oh, I don't think this movie is as good as the original, and that being the only complaint about it. Depending on if people actually watch it, this video could go all the way right or all the way left. We'll see. So how was that? We cooking with oil yet? Yeah, we're cooking with oil. I see the look on your face. You're impressed. Yeah. You're impressed. Up next, we're going to take a look at some content. Not necessarily videos, not necessarily streams, everything in between. Stuff that'll end up on Patreon, stuff that'll end up on Twitch. Anything in between. Let's just take a look. I'm not good at snapping with my right hand. And that read was terrible. I should probably script these more. There we go. I'll just use that one. It didn't make a sound, but we'll run it. Alright, so when I'm not planning videos or really just messing up my life in college in general, I do want to get back in the mix when it comes to playing games and doing different streams and whatnot, because I do have a lot of ideas in tuck. First things first being that I will be bringing back the Fire Pro Wrestling World Promoter Mode. Yes, Muchacho Mob Wrestling, MM is coming back for sure. Me and my friends put a lot of time in setting that stuff up and making sure everything works how we want to, so I cannot wait to get back in the mix with that and see who, like, you know, who shines through. Along with that, I do really want to get back into playing Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I did a part one part on my channel of me playing Wonder live, and I never touched the game again since. And you know, it's just because I think like the whole thing with YouTube is not built for just like playing a game and just putting it out there anymore, at least not for like an up and coming small creator like myself. So like I think for the sake of like making sure stuff is set, I might move that over to Twitch and just play that there and keep it low-key, you know. I think right now outside of Fire Pro, a big thing I want to do is I want to make Twitch like the default place for me just playing random games and whatnot. And yes, this does include Fall Guys, I should stress. It's my comfort game. Y'all just gotta y'all gotta let me rock with this one, please. Also on Twitch, because I'm not sure if copyright would even allow me to do it on YouTube, I want to start doing watch-alongs of Judge Mathis. I know I mentioned bro earlier, and I know I mentioned doing the video on when shows go to court, but I think it would be really funny to actually like watch some of these cases from these episodes of like these judge shows like Judge Mathis and whatnot, and see if I could like solve the word of the law before the word of the law solves the word of the law. I don't know, dude. I think that would be fun. I also want to get back to playing some of the old WWE games. Like I know I started playing Day of Reckoning 1, but like my save file for that was lost immediately, so that's just great. I also eventually, when I can, want to go to like stuff like WWE 13, the SmackDown versus Raw games. I feel like those would be sick. What I also think would be really fun is if I host my very own set of game shows. Like, full disclosure, I've had a PowerPoint presentation version of Jeopardy with like custom answers that I created ready to go for maybe 2 years now, and I never actually went into planning that shit out. So we're gonna actually do it this time, and it's gonna be great. And on the subject of that, I also have an idea. I'm working on the concept for a very original game show idea called Brain Rot. Right now, the way I'm describing Brain Rot is basically an updated Discord version of the Nickelodeon show Brain Surge. You guys remember that? If you didn't see this video here, it's one of my favorite things I've ever been a part of.
That's us. Alright, bitch.
So I'm thinking a mix of that plus like the general chaos of me hosting and my friends and everything, just trying to figure stuff out. I think it'd be really fun. I'm still working on the concept for that, but once we do, that'll definitely be something that'll be simulcasted on both YouTube and Twitch. So look out for that. Okay, so being up front, Hicks does not know I made this, and he'll be seeing this for the first time when y'all do. I made a prototype with a logo without an actual concept, I think a year ago, just to test out fonts and whatnot, and it kind of took on a life of its own since. Wallahi, he doesn't even know what the premise of this is. He's finding this out with y'all. The Hicks and HEEMA show is essentially going to be a new Twitch challenge series where anything he can do, I think I can maybe do possibly as good, if not better, I think. Name the game, we play the game, maybe we bring friends along to play the game, maybe it's 1v1. 1. And while I'm catching them off guard, consider this a challenge for the first episode. 90-minute Jump King competition. Whoever gets the highest after 90 minutes wins. What say you? I'm saying this and I'm not even sure if he has the game in the first place. Shoot, do I even have the game? I don't even remember. Next, I want to talk about a low-key staple I've been starting to do on YouTube, Late at Night with misterHEEMA, which is now officially being rechristened and renamed Nighty Night with misterHEEMA. If you saw the article about Conan O'Brien, or if you saw his interview on Late Night with Seth Meyers, you know why I'm doing this. Just leave me alone, I got this. Even though this is the third time that I'm renaming this show after 3 episodes, I think this is the one that's gonna stick. If you don't know, it's a late night talk show parody that I'm doing, full monologue, full sets of bits, actual guests, having my friends on, just doing a bunch of stuff, shooting the shit, you know what it is. That will be coming back, and eventually I want to get to the point where I could do an episode a week, like every weekend could be an episode, but knowing the way that time works and knowing how busy I get, I will not promise that that will be the case anytime soon, but we do have guests in mind. We do have episodes coming up very near. More episodes are coming this summer, do not worry. He starts recording. He walks up to Mumu and goes, "Somebody smells like shit!" Mind you, like, the day just started, bro. Like, again, there were thousands of people lined up, but I'll never forget that, like, when he said that, everyone who was in that line at that moment went quiet just like that. Gonna take a little detour from the YouTube aspect of the different shows that I'm working on. Untitled misterHEEMA Project. If you don't know, that's the show that I've been doing for Radio DePaul Sports and Entertainment with my platonic life partner Akash. But the thing is, because Akash is graduating and he's moving on and I'm getting ready to graduate in the fall, I don't think it's very likely that more episodes will be coming on Radio DePaul Sports and Entertainment. I'm gonna take the summer to try to figure out and retool and see like how I might want that to go, if I want to continue it on the radio there, or if I want to figure out a new format and bring it over to YouTube and everything like that, or maybe Twitch, or just kind of make that like its own separate thing. I'm not too confident that it'll end up being a thing that like prominently ends up coming back anytime soon, but never say never, you know. As far as shows that are still for sure alive and well, the Patreon exclusive series So We Watched. These are unedited reactions with my friends, anything from Goosebumps to Lazy Town. As I mentioned earlier, I'm trying to do a video on Out of Jimmy's Head, really analyzing that. We watched the prequel movie Reanimated, and we started watching Out of Jimmy's Head on there as well, so of course check those out. I'm always open to taking suggestions, and every once in a while I'll probably edit them up into videos, kind of like the Brain Search one that's here on the channel, to kind of like convince people to go and watch the unedited versions there, so you know, stay tuned for that. Let me know in the comments, by the way, if there's any shows that you want to see us react to on So We Watch, or if there's anything that will make you want to join the Patreon to see us watch. So just look out for new episodes of all these shows coming throughout the summer and beyond. Okay, so that was a lot of stuff with games and streams and everything like that. Before we go and get ready to wrap things up, let's go ahead and take a look at the exclusive Muchacho Mob Plus Patreon. Hope you enjoy. For this last section, I want to thoroughly go through Muchacho Mob Plus and what it is and what it actually entails. Muchacho Mob Plus gives you access to all unedited table read recordings, exclusive videos 24 hours in advance, all edited in its original format, so you don't got to worry about copyright laws or anything like that getting in the way, plus your name at the end of the credits for every video or stream that I do from this point on, plus access to exclusive shows like So We Watched, different brainstorming videos that I might do. We might start doing tier lists and stuff that are up there. Whatever I think of, I can just throw on the Patreon whenever. And all of this is for just $1 a month. At least that's like the bare minimum cap. If you want to donate more, I mean, hey, I'm not gonna stop you, you know what I mean? But yeah, all it takes is a minimum of $1 and you get access to all of these things, plus more with whatever I decide to throw on the Patreon from this point on. Now here's a promo that I edited that explains all this stuff, even though I just said what it all is. Do you want to see misterHEEMA videos live and in their entirety, but are allergic to the awful feeling of YouTube copyright laws muting audio? Well, then check out my brand new Patreon page, Muchacho Mob Plus, where you get instant access to all my videos in their original form, plus access to the exclusive Patreon series, So We Watched, where me and my friends watch a bunch of movies, shows, and everything in between just for the sake of a good time. And the best part of it is, it's only $1, my G. For just $1, you get all access to everything, plus early access to future videos, plus your name at the end of everything that I make going forward. So if you want to see stuff like this,
I thought you
Is that an electric chair?
chair?
Yo. Oh my. Stuff like this.
But this face is your face now.
No.
Pointing her to the mirror is insane.
Yeah, no, that's fucked up. His face is yours now. Like, golly.
Right? Like,
and stuff like this. Fucking Tinashe, bro. I've been a nasty girl, nasty. And don't let the YouTube algorithm make you feel poor, unsuccessful, and like less of a man. Join the Muchacho Mob Plus Army today. It's worth it. As you can see, we've got a lot of stuff in the tuck, and we're ready to drop them sooner than later for you guys. That does it all for this Muchacho Mob Direct presentation. Wait, what? There's still something else? But we announced everything that they're doing. What am I Oh, the clip. The clip. Okay, gotcha. I knew I forgot something. Yo, don't cuss me out, bro. I don't want to hear all that. Yeah? Is that a problem? Bro, I'm in shorts. I don't care. Actually, we have one more surprise announcement for you guys. Please take a look at this exclusive clip of the upcoming Boondocks table read. Well, upcoming is relative. It'll be done when it gets done. Maybe sometime this summer. Cue the clip.
Most of my granddad's romantic life, the internet hadn't been invented yet, so he was still discovering the dangers of online dating.
I don't even know how you make that noise. Like, what the fuck you do there? Like,
Nigga, it just makes a disgusting
noise?
noise.
The fuck? What the fuck is that disgusting noise?
I guess, bro. My direction. Just make a noise.
Bro. There, bro. Next line, bro.
There, bro.
There, bro.
Oh, Lord. Ah, damn, bro.
Oh, this shit.
Is it good? Golly.
Yeah, she eating that shit up.
You know what? Patty, this shit sucks, bro.
What's wrong with you?
You know what's wrong with me, bro? When the fuck you take this picture? Shit, 1885, bro? Fuck out of here, bro.
You saying I don't look like my picture?
You know damn well you ain't never looked like that picture in your life, bro. I'ma just keep it a buck with you.
So is that all you care about is looks?
Duh.
God damn, I said excuse me for thinking that you act like me for who I was on the inside, bitch. The fuck?
Well, you're a liar on the inside. That's what you are. This whole relationship is based on a fucking lie. A ugly ass lie at that.
Maybe I should leave. Nigga, you ain't no Denzel. Hell, you ain't even Flavor Flav. The fuck? Ugly asshole.
Alright, hold on. Let me get my laptop, bro. Time after time. There ought to be a law. Lock them niggas up. Charge them with fraud. I'll be snitching on ugly women all day. I say give them a chair. Electrocute the... I knew you were gonna fuck that shit up.